Welcome, I'm Sarah D. This song is entitled For the Weirdos and Pretenders. For the weirdos and pretenders hiding in the dark, for the dreamers and ascenders waiting for the spark to ignite the fire within, to act upon their dreams in time. Stop speaking deceptions and fairy tale stories of fame and glory for someone else. Stop denying who you are, running from what you believe unashamedly, transparently. Speak your peace. Weirdos and pretenders hiding in the dark, or the dreamers and ascenders waiting for the spark to ignite the fire within, to act upon their dreams in time. Stand where you are, accountable for where you've been, accountable for what you've done, without permission, without reception. Grace cannot intervene. Without permission, without reception, grace cannot intervene. For the weirdos and pretenders hiding in the dark, or the dreamers and ascenders waiting for the spark to ignite the fire within, to act upon their dreams in time. Who will heal your pain? Who will lead you home when only you remain? Will you be alone? What does it mean to be a weirdo? I think it means to be who I am. Sometimes when we think about who we are or who we think we are, we hide because, well, maybe it's not okay with them. The thing I most want for me and the thing I most want for you is for me to be okay with me and for me to be okay with you. Because when I'm okay with me, I'm not vomiting all over you. And when you're okay with me, with you, you're not vomiting all over me. And not that that makes life without difficulty, but it makes the difficulty less painful than is required to learn and to grow. So I'm going over the words a little bit. For the dreamers and ascenders waiting for the spark to ignite the fire within, to act upon their dreams in time. We have a dream, we have a desire, we have something that we want. And sometimes, well, if or when I get there, or when they do this, or when I'm able to do this, or when I'm good enough, or whatever, then it's going to work. And I'm waiting for permission. And often, I think that's a common thing for women to do. And some people would say that men are trying to be turned into women by the way we're raising them. And perhaps maybe men even think they have to ask or to get permission. I remember when my husband was in graduate school, and some of the, what was the class you took? It was the woman class. What was that called? I'm asking you. Do you remember?
Women in the Economy.
Women in the Economy. Yeah, that was one of the classes. And in that class, he was treated like dirt because he was a man. And Jordan Peterson says that men are not going in colleges as often as they used to. There's just they're being treated like crap. And so it's kind of like, well, they've got to be more like women and not actually be this strong, powerful force, because then they're being all bad. Well, the thing is, if we're always waiting for permission, whether we're a man or a woman, whatever kind of man or woman we are, then we're not acting. And we're being that leaf blowing in the wind. So the next part of this song says, stop speaking deceptions and fairy tale stories of fame and glory for someone else. Oh, it works for them. They're lucky. Oh, look at them. Yeah, well, of course. I mean, of course, they could do it. Don't you love it when somebody says, well, if I could do it, then you could do it? I mean, I was so destitute and life was so blah, 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 blah. And I could tell you my sad sob stories, and, probably I will someday. But, and so if I could move through it, if I'm still here, then you can handle it. It's like, no, that's not true. We don't really know each other. We can only try. Stop speaking deceptions and fairy tale stories of fame and glory for someone else. You can have the fame and glory you want if you're willing to align yourself, do the things required, believe the things required. If you're willing to decide that it's possible, that your success is inevitable, as long as you continue to keep it in your mind, to act upon those dreams. Anyway, I hope this song was, touched your heart in some way. I hope that, there was one more thing I wanted to share. If you've ever done modern dance, it's weird. It's weird and wonderful. My first modern dance class, I was 25, and when I was 25, I really hadn't had a lot of dance classes, but the directions were to go across the stage and dance. And there was no music. There may have been drums, maybe. And I was terrified. And the instructions were, and so I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And the teacher said, well, if you don't know what to do, don't do anything until you get an idea, and then do something. And then if you're not sure what to do next, just keep doing what you're doing until you get another idea. And so in our lives, I think that's a good pattern to follow in life. I mean, life is a modern dance. I mean, we're dancing. All of us, we don't know exactly all the steps. They'll tell us what the steps are supposed to be, but sometimes they just don't work right for us. So do the steps you're doing until the steps you're doing aren't working well enough, and you decide on another step. Or sometimes be still until you find an idea for another step and act on that step. Let that spark in your mind ignite the fire within to act upon your dream. Anyway, if you're a weirdo like me, I hope you have a great day.